All right. I'm Rebecca Hay, and I've built a successful interior design business by trial and error, podcasts, online courses, and so many freaking books. Over the last decade, I've grown from an insecure student to having false starts to careers, and now I'm finally in the place where I want to be. Throughout my journey, it's been pretty obvious that I'm passionate about business and helping other entrepreneurs do the same. Each week, I'll share tangible takeaways from my own experience and the experiences of other badass women to help you build your confidence and change your business. Well, there you have it. A whole year under our belt. Wow. I mean, guys, holy heck, what an bleep of a year. Seriously. Welcome to season 3, which also happens to be my 3rd year doing this podcast in a pandemic. Wow. Here's hoping that by season 4, we'll be totally looking at the rear end of this thing. Guys, I just wanted to hop on here quickly to introduce you to the season. I'm really excited, not only for 2022, but for this season of podcast guests that we have lined up, the topics that I've started brainstorming. In a minute, we're going to share a few snippets with you of some upcoming guests for the podcast. And I just want to say thank you because honestly, you guys have been resonating with the content I've been putting out. You've been incredible supports. So many of you have joined our Designer Meetup Facebook group, which is awesome. So many of you have taken Power of Process, our signature course for interior designers and decorators, all about establishing systems in your business. So many of you are in our Designers Room coaching program, and I can't wait for this year to just welcome so many more of you into our community. We've got some big, exciting things brewing. I've got some ideas in my head. Vera and I are having some strategy sessions on what we can do to make the podcast that much more fun, that much more entertaining. But I would also love to hear from you. Let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram or send us an email, info@RebeccaHayDesigns.com, and let us know which podcasts you love listening to. Is there a certain topic that you've been really struggling with in your business that you would love us to touch upon or maybe expand upon? I know that there's so much more to talk about in this world of business and online entrepreneurship and just growing a successful firm that I just can't wait to share what I've learned, but also learn from our incredible guests and bring in some future guests. So also, if you guys have any ideas of guests that you think would be awesome on the podcast, please send them our way. Tell them to reach out to us. We are always open and looking for new guests and to bring back old guests. So if there's someone that you loved listening to that you'd love to hear more from, let us know. We'll invite them back. All right. That's all I have to say for now. This year, my word of the year, I'm just going to put it out there because, well, hey, that's what I do. My word for 2022 and season 3 of this podcast is clarity. There you have it. I can't take it back. I have to stick with it. I don't know why. I just really believe that this is going to be my year for clarity. You know, I feel like the last couple of years, it's felt a little muddled because there's just been so much upheaval in the world. And I've let that really affect me, I think, mentally and physically. And I really just want to get back to a clear vision for the future and just be really clear in our intentions. And especially with all of you, all of the ones listening, I want us to make it really clear how we can be of service. So clarity is my word. Do you pick a word of the year? Let me know. I'd be curious to hear what yours is, and we'll go from there. So here's a few snippets from some guests that are coming down the pipeline.
She's a money management and mindset coach. Her name is Erin Bridgman, and she empowers female entrepreneurs to design a business that's not just profitable, which it should be anyhow, but actually grows their personal wealth. So I'm like, what is this management thing? I want to do it, and I want to master that.
Okay, great. So like I said, I mean, yeah, I care about your business making more revenue. I care about you being profitable 100%. Like those things need to happen, but that it doesn't stop there. It's more important to me that we really help you take your money in your business and we help it impact your personal life. And so in my management system, we do basic things. Of course, like you have to have your P&L sheet. We need to see it on a monthly basis. We have tools for you to do that. And that's the P&L sheet stuff, reconciling transactions and things like that. That is something that you can outsource. You can't outsource like making sure you're looking at your P&L sheet and making decisions.
Jocelyn Pulse has been in Power of Process. She's taken Momentum Marketing, and she is in our monthly Designers Room coaching group. And she is truly, truly inspirational. I cannot wait for you guys to hear this episode. How do you handle that situation when someone comes to you because they want you to do what you did for their friend, but you're like, I don't do that anymore?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's sort of like nipped in the bud, right? With the discovery call. And of course, I got the discovery call script from you last December and started using it. And obviously I've tweaked it a bit now and added in some other questions to sort of filter out the types of projects that I'm not suited to do anymore. And I think one of the important things that you've sort of taught us too is that it's not about me not wanting to take on those projects, but it's about how can I serve clients the best.
Reagan Baker of Reagan Baker Design in San Francisco, California. She is, wow, what an inspiration. She has an interior design firm with 16 employees. Yes, you heard that right.
So basically scaling a company is really hard, not difficult, but hard just in terms of you really need to be careful on getting the right people and actually having a specific role for them. Sometimes, I think when we were smaller, though, it is great to be able to have so many people who actually can take on roles, multiple roles, and actually learn how to actually, push a project forward. But when you want to scale, it actually is important to actually have more designated specific roles, and at least more of a review process and system so that mistakes don't happen. And then as the owner, I feel very comfortable and confident that things are being taken care of.
My guest is Sarah Bilicki of Sarah Elizabeth Interiors here in Toronto, and she is a dynamo. Sarah has such a beautiful bubble of energy around her at all times. You can't help but smile when you're in her presence. She truly is making major moves in her design business.
And it also just gave me so much confidence. Before, people would be like, you know what, I really want to do the ordering of my own tile and materials. And you just come in and tell me what looks good. And I was always like, oh, sure. That sounds easy peasy. I'll do that for you, no problem. No, those were the jobs. Always, right? Yeah, whatever you want. The people pleaser, whatever you need, whatever you want, I'm there for you. Text me at 11 p.m. I will answer. Those are the jobs that always go sideways and always leaves you drained and not paid enough for your time. Or in my case, like, oh, can I really charge 15 minutes for a text that went out at midnight? Like there was just no structure. And my time is valuable and everyone's time is valuable. So there needs to be a more structured way to do work and those boundaries that you need to set with people as well, right?
All right, there you have it. Welcome to season freaking 3, guys. I can't wait. In this season, we will reach our 100th episode. So stay tuned for that. We'll do something special, and I can't wait to celebrate all of you, hopefully one day in person across the world. I will see you next week with a brand new episode of Resilient by Design. See you soon.